All right, man, talk. You know what it is. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? This is a 12 o'clock Sunday show. Everything is great. Everything is good. I love y'all. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. All right, so look, man. I don't like that song. I'm just saying it as a joke. Just let y'all know, because no. Anyway, so today's episode, Mr. Give Me a Hug, putting hats out on people, and it's kind of coming out that maybe he has done this. So we're going to get into that. Before I get into that, you know, I got to get a spill. This is Start to Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription day. All the beautiful, single, sexy lady, put one in the chat. All the fellas, you know, to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you would leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me a hidden gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13, 14, 15, 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you're from. March 23rd, there will be a battle rap event on this page. If you want to be a part of that, let me know. All right, see y'all. Let's get it, man. All right, this comes courtesy of the Ville. You know what it is. Let's get it.
So one of the things that I wanted to point out about this hard drive that Wack 100 had talked about was the hat situation. Drake wanting to purchase a hat. Now, when Wack 100 had brought up this hard drive, he never said what he had on it. All he said was whatever he has on it, he's using it to protect Drake. But Adam22 comes around, says that he has a conversation with Drake, and says that Drake insinuated that it was about him purchasing a hat. Drake tells.
Now, here's the thing, right? And I want to be real clear about this. If Wack 100 knew that Drake put a hat on anybody, especially Mr. Peekaboo, let's just say, right? Don't put no bad energy out there. Just Mr. Peekaboo, right? He would 100% tell. And what I mean by he would 100% expose that, there's no way in the world you can tell me, anybody can tell me that Wack 100 will tell Drake that he has respect for him when he putting a hat on somebody as close to this guy as that guy. There's no way. I would refuse to believe that he will not expose something like that. I refuse to believe that. I 100% think he would have came on saying, nah, bro. He would have probably even gave that information to other people. There's no way in the world he would have held on to something like, and then tell Drake he has respect for him over something like that. I don't think so. No, I don't think Wack would ever do something like that. Sorry.
On himself in this case. Now a hat, take it for what you will, replace the A for another letter, and that's what we're talking about. Drake wanted to purchase a hat, and that's what he was guessing that Wack 100 had on him.
Did his due diligence, found out what it supposedly was. He doesn't seem worried at all about it.
Yeah.
But the accusation was that basically Wack had evidence of Drake ordering in a hat.
Trying to get a hat or two of them.
See, and this is another thing that I don't like about Adam22. He does this on purpose. He is a propagandist. He does this on purpose. He know that Wack 100 never insinuated that or said anything like that. He never said that. On his podcast, he never said that. But yet and still, he's running with the narrative and saying this because now it makes it look like that Wack 100 has something that could be very damaging to Drake. And I'm talking to the point where it could put him in prison. But he makes it seem like that. Oh, yeah, well, he's insinuating. He wasn't insinuating anything. He said, stay away from this guy. He never said that. But let's keep it going.
He was on the Lids online store trying to get a hat.
Yeah.
And Drake's question for me was just basically like, what was the plan there? What does a street dude do? Even if Wack did have that.
His exact words was, what was he going to turn it over? Because what else can you do?
But
these dudes be lying so much, bro. Like, even if, you niggas is so corny, bro. I swear to God, y'all are so corny, right? So you're telling me that if this dude, whoever that dude is, you're telling me, I don't know his name. Adam22 and the other guy, y'all telling me that if y'all knew that Drake put a hat out on someone as big as the other artists, you're telling me that you would not expose that? You would just let it happen? Is that what y'all saying? Is that what y'all saying? You're saying that what he's supposed to do? He's supposed to turn it over. What the hell? That's crazy. What he's supposed to do? What is a street dude supposed to do? That has nothing to do with, again, y'all trying to make it seem like, this is how I know, like, a lot of y'all dudes are retarded, man. Y'all so retarded. Because you're a street dude does not mean that you cannot expose or put something out there. That could be detrimental to everybody if this was supposed to go through, right? If you are in a crime with someone, that's different. If I know that this guy Drake put a hat out on someone that is his rival and I know about it, I'm going to tell. 100% I'm telling. If I know that's the case or have evidence, I don't care. That's beyond rap. We've already experienced that with Pac and Biggie. So we want to keep it going? You niggas is retarded. Y'all retarded. That's retarded, bro. It's the exact words. What he's going to turn it over to the police? What is the street guy going to do with it? Like, come on, bro. Cut it out.
Remember, when Wack brought this up, he never mentioned a hat. He never said anything. All he said was stay away from top 5. You bring up this hard drive, you bring up top 5 and Drake, and you specifically say, I'm doing this to protect you, stay away from top 5. And with only that being said, Drake immediately thought it was about purchasing a hat. That's Drake taking an estimated guess of what it could be about, and also in a way telling on himself. Now, a lot of people have had a lot of theories about this situation. They want to know, why did Drake talk about purchasing a hat when nothing about that was said at all? Obviously, we know that Top 5 was arrested following this investigation, and we know that Wack 100 was telling Drake to stay away from Top 5. Was that enough information for Drake to make a guess what was in that hard drive? And it made me think, could this arrest be the reason why Drake is so concerned about the hard drive? Now, let me remind you, it's not the hard drive, or it's not Wack 100's fault that Top 5 was arrested. It's actually his issues going live with academics and him sharing.
I agree with that. I agree. Here's my biggest thing, right? This is my biggest problem with this whole thing, right? I'm telling y'all now, if anything was to happen to that guy, and y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, y'all think it was bad when other things happen. Trust and believe it would not. It would be ramifications that we could not recover from. Hip hop will fall 100%, bro. You'll have people rapping still, but it will never, ever, ever recover from something like that. Because that right there, and I'm gonna tell you now, the boy, and whoever's around him will have to go into hiding, bro. I'm telling you. It will not be, if you think that can solve your problem, it would make it even 10 times worse. It would make it 100 times worse. I'm gonna tell you how it all get wiped out. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like you know the water, like a tsunami. It'll be over. I'm telling you now. I'm telling y'all now.
Too much information when he goes on live with academics. Now, following this arrest, they had said on the news that Top 5 was talking about how he was able to get a phone in prison, food in prison, and pay off the security guards. He admitted all of that on academic stream, which caused this investigation to flourish in the first place. Now, Adam22 says that Drake is not worried, but could that just be cap? Because Top 5 is arrested for charges, and Wack 100 is flashing this hard drive. And after these two things happen, you reach out to Adam22 and ask him, what about the flash drive? What's on the hard drive? And then you point out, could it be about me purchasing a hat? One of the theories out there about purchasing the hat, saying that it could be in regards to Kendrick Lamar. And we know about Whacked Out Murals. When Kendrick had made Whacked Out Murals, he had said something about Bitcoin. You know, Drake is really big on Bitcoin. And right here, it says people from the city couldn't entertain old boy, talking about Drake, promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin. I'll never piece it up. That ish don't sit well with me. Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. So this is Kendrick in the recent album that he had just dropped, GNX, where he's talking about somebody promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. If that money got in the hands of a crash dummy, it could jeopardize my family and burden the ones who love me. This is definitely Kendrick being aware that somebody is putting money out on the streets to come and get at him and jeopardize him and his family's well-being.
And my thing is, like, we have gotten to this point where if somebody putting money out in the streets for this guy here and none of y'all say nothing, y'all a bunch of clowns, bro. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I would ever side with something like that. Never. I would never side with something like that. I don't care what anybody says. Call me whatever you want. I would never side with nothing like that. On either side. I don't want nothing to happen to either one of them. You crazy?
Now, when Adam22 is talking about this hat, could it be the situation with Kendrick Lamar and what he's talking about in Whacked Out Murals? So it had a lot of people thinking, was this conversation about a hat that Drake brought up himself? Is it the same thing that Kendrick is talking about in Whacked Out Murals? And we can't forget about the time with Pusha T, where Pusha T claims that Drake has a 100K bounty for dirt on him. Now, this is another thing that people had pointed out, that Drake was known even back in 2018, that he was able to put money out on the streets to find information out about Pusha T. So he has a history of doing this even in the past, even back in 2018.
This is why I say, man, the streets is dead, bro. Ain't no way in the world this could fly. This guy is putting money out in the streets to find information out on people, and y'all out here really agreeing to that? How do y'all agree to something like that? It's a rap battle. I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
All these accusations don't really help out Drake's case, considering that there's artists out here saying that he has put money out in the streets to get some type of info, or even worse than what Kendrick said in this album, try to jeopardize him and his family. And it doesn't help when you bring up the XXXTentacion situation that everybody is always talking about revolving around Drake, the theories about X and Drake, the theories and cryptic messages that come out in Drake's songs when he says, shot him in the daylight, shot him in the daylight. And this sparked a lot of conversation because X has a song called Moonlight. So people are already theorizing. Lawyers are even looking into Drake, as we know from the trial. Regarding one of the people that were involved in the case, you have the lawyer trying to bring Drake in court for this situation, and it's still an ongoing and developing story. So a lot of people are looking at that situation. A lot of people are looking at the situation that happened with Pusha T and the lyrics that were shared in Whacked Out Murals, where Kendrick had talked about putting money in the streets, paying people in Bitcoin, finding a crash dummy that could jeopardize him and his family. These are all things that make people assume that when he's talking about the hat situation, he could be talking about Kendrick Lamar. And in the clip, Adam22 says that Drake is not worried, but if he wasn't worried, he wouldn't have called you. I think that was something that Wack 100 had said. Like, I never.
That's 100% facts. If he ain't worried, then why are you calling you of all people? Why is he calling you? You don't. If he really wanted to know what's on the hard drive, why he just didn't call Wack 100? I don't know. I'm thinking the reason why he ain't called Wack 100 because Wack has a big issue with Top 5, and I think that's the reason why he didn't call him. And I also believe that he don't really want to know what's on the hard drive because he's probably scared, and he want to check the temperature. Like, well, let me call Adam to see what he say first. Let me see that.
Seen somebody as popular as Drake reach out to somebody like Adam22 and ask questions about a hard drive. If you weren't worried about it, you wouldn't be calling Adam22 and asking him what it was about. And it is still strange to me that Drake would even ask that in the first place. If it's something that personal, why would you go and ask somebody that has a podcast that will be willing to share this information when he goes live the next time he's at his show? Now,
that's because I think Adam22 is lying. I don't think Drake asked Adam22 nothing. And I think that those two came up with this just to spark some debate and some story or whatever. Why would you like so you saying Drake called and asked you, did he have some information on him potentially putting out a hat on somebody? That's basically what you're saying. Or you're saying, well, he called me to see if what was on the hard drive, because why would Drake come up with that idea? Like, why? Why? If this never happened before, why would he come up with that idea? I don't know.
Of course, what Drake says after the fact is what started a lot of conflict between him and Wack 100, saying, what are you going to do with that information anyways? What would a street guy like you do with that? Implying that, is Wack 100 going to snitch on him? And I think that's the conflict that started the models conversation later on. But one of the key topics in this conversation with this hard drive is the hat situation. Now, could Drake be worried about this hard drive because it talks about him purchasing a hat, maybe purchasing it in crypto, maybe purchasing it in Bitcoin? How much money is this hat? And what type of hat were you trying to make? Was it for information? Was it for something else? All I know is that this hard drive got Drake, at least in the words of Adam22, concerned and had him wanting to pry for more information. I'm not sure if Wack 100 will ever reveal what's in this hard drive, but if what Adam22 said is true and Drake was talking about a hat, it looks like he is worried about the situation, because why would you ask about that in the first place? But y'all tell me how you feel about this. Y'all tell me how you feel about the hat situation, Wack, Adam, Drake, hard drive, all that. And let me know, man. Get back to me, man.
Yeah, we know what time it is. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, if any of you dudes out there know that something like that was going to happen and y'all let it happen, or y'all didn't say nothing, y'all trash. Y'all 100% trash. 100% trash. I'm 100% telling. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. Ain't no way in the world I would let anything like that happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, from for what I'm seeing, the other side, he don't do stuff like that. This guy does. He has a history of doing it, and he talks about it in his music. The boy has a history. But if this was known, what is a street guy gonna do with it? Yeah, I'm a street guy. Yeah, I'm putting that out there, 100%. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna let something like that happen. No way. And if any of y'all okay with it happening, or it's just like, no, I'm not rolling with that. That's just stupid to me. But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? 6 o'clock show coming up. See y'all. Peace. Bye.